In a world where rejection often feels like an insurmountable barrier, it can be easy to become discouraged or disheartened. Whether in relationships, work, or personal endeavors, the sting of rejection has the power to undermine confidence and create feelings of inadequacy. However, what if rejection didn't have to be a source of pain, but instead, an opportunity to transform your life in ways you never thought possible? What if, by understanding the psychology behind rejection, you could actually turn it into something powerful, something that fuels your desire, motivates you, and draws others towards you? Carl Jung, one of the most influential figures in psychology, had much to say about the power of the unconscious mind and how we can use psychological principles to influence both ourselves and others. One such principle, inverse psychology, is a fascinating tool that can help you shift the dynamics of rejection into something more desirable. By applying inverse psychology, you can learn to manipulate the very forces that initially pushed others away, and in doing so, create an environment where rejection becomes a stepping stone to attraction, success, and personal growth. Jung believed that the unconscious mind plays a significant role in our actions, thoughts, and emotional responses. Rejection, when understood properly, taps into deep psychological processes. The way we respond to being rejected can either push us into a spiral of negativity or propel us forward with a new sense of purpose and clarity. In this video, we'll explore how inverse psychology can help you transform rejection into desire, not just from others, but from yourself as well. When you begin to understand how the mind works and how you can redirect the energy of rejection into something powerful, you gain a greater sense of control over your life and your interactions. Rather than allowing rejection to limit you, you use it to your advantage, turning it into a tool for self-improvement, confidence, and a deeper understanding of the human psyche. This isn't about tricking or manipulating others, but rather about understanding the deep, often unconscious drivers behind their decisions and using that knowledge to your benefit. The first step in transforming rejection into desire using inverse psychology is to recognize that rejection isn't the end. It's often the beginning of a deeper understanding of yourself and the other person. Rejection can trigger emotional responses that are deeply rooted in our unconscious, feelings of inadequacy, fear of failure, or a desire for validation. However, Jung believed that the key to personal growth lies in confronting these negative emotions and integrating them into our conscious awareness. Instead of suppressing the pain of rejection or allowing it to define you, the goal is to explore why rejection affects you in the first place. Is it because of a fear of not being good enough, a desire to be liked by others? Or is it perhaps because rejection triggers a sense of vulnerability that you'd rather avoid? Once you identify these underlying emotions, you can begin to reframe your perspective. Inverse psychology works by flipping the script. Rather than seeing rejection as a failure or a sign of personal inadequacy, you start to view it as a challenge, an opportunity to evolve and a chance to become stronger. Inverse psychology plays a central role in this transformation. Instead of being consumed by feelings of inferiority or shame, you focus on developing a mindset where rejection becomes a signal that you're pushing boundaries, trying new things, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. Rejection can be reframed as feedback, not as a judgment of your worth, but as a sign that you are testing the limits of what's possible. When you shift your perspective in this way, you begin to attract the attention and admiration of others, not by striving for their approval, but by embodying confidence in the face of rejection. A key element in using inverse psychology effectively is understanding how people's unconscious minds are often driven by the desire to attain something that seems unattainable or elusive. When someone feels like they can't have something, whether it's a job, a person, or a specific outcome, they often experience a heightened sense of desire. This is because the unconscious mind tends to pursue what it cannot easily obtain, making rejection a powerful force for creating intrigue and interest. In this context, rejection itself becomes a catalyst for attraction. This dynamic is often visible in romantic relationships, where the more someone seems unattainable or hard to get, the more desirable they become. It's not about playing games or manipulating others, but about embracing a psychological principle that is deeply ingrained in human nature. People are drawn to what they can't have. When you stop chasing after someone or something, when you detach yourself emotionally from the outcome and focus instead on your own growth and well-being, others are often more inclined to pursue you. This is where inverse psychology comes into play. When you withdraw or make yourself emotionally unavailable, without being cruel or dismissive, you are actually tapping into a psychological mechanism that makes you more attractive. People want what they can't have, and by reframing rejection as a form of emotional detachment, you allow others to desire you more. The key here is balance. You must remain true to yourself and your values, while allowing space for others to come to you rather than pursuing them relentlessly. Inverse psychology isn't just about others, though. It's also about how you can transform rejection internally. When you face rejection, whether it's personal or professional, it's natural to feel disappointed or disheartened. But Jung believed that rejection offers an opportunity for self-reflection, an opportunity to examine why you feel rejected in the first place. This is an essential step in turning rejection into desire. By recognizing your own value and embracing the lessons that rejection can teach you, you unlock a deeper level of confidence and self-worth. Rather than seeing rejection as a reflection of your inadequacies, you begin to view it as a challenge that pushes you to grow, to understand yourself better, and to become more resilient. By cultivating this mindset, you not only become more desirable to others, but you also cultivate a deep sense of self-respect and personal power. When you stop fearing rejection and start using it as a tool for self-improvement, you begin to exude the kind of inner strength and confidence that others naturally gravitate towards. You stop chasing after validation and start focusing on your own growth, knowing that the right people and opportunities will come to you in time. Rejection, when understood and applied using inverse psychology, becomes less about personal failure and more about personal evolution. By shifting your mindset, reframing your emotional responses, and understanding the unconscious desires that drive both your actions and the actions of others, you can transform rejection into a powerful tool for growth, attraction, and success. In conclusion, rejection does not have to be the end of the road. It can be a turning point in your journey toward greater personal strength and deeper connections with others. By applying the principles of inverse psychology, you can stop seeing rejection as something to fear and instead view it as an opportunity to grow, to detach, and to become more desirable. When you stop chasing after approval and focus on developing your own sense of self-worth, the very rejection that once held you back becomes a powerful force for attracting the right people and opportunities into your life. If you found these insights useful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. For more content on personal growth, psychology, and how to master the art of human relationships,